Hello everyone, and welcome back to Classic Comics. So today I'm reviewing Rorschach number 3. The series is still written by Tom King with art by Jorge Fornes. So this issue deals with the origin of Laura. She's the female sharpshooter that was working with Rorschach in the first issue. Now, Laura, we find out, is from a small town called Hannah, Wyoming. It's the small town in the middle of nowhere. And the main employer was a local coal mine. But early in the 20th century, like 1903, there was a gas explosion which killed 169 miners. But the mine did stay open. About 5 years later, there was another explosion that killed another 59 people. Now, the small town had a small cemetery, and it couldn't hold all these bodies. So the federal government bought some land that the town could use as a cemetery for all the bodies. The caretaker for the cemetery was Laura's father, who was former military himself. He was a veteran. Now, Laura's father was kind of a nutcase. He was convinced that the alien squids that, of course, appeared in Watchmen in the original series were going to invade the Earth at any time. Now, of course, we all know that that was a ruse created by Ozymandias, but, of course, these people don't know that. You know, most people don't. They think that was a genuine alien invasion. So he was a survivalist, and from a very early age, he was training Laura how to use firearms. And also to use military tactics, hand-to-hand combat, demolitions, and other things. She became a crack shot at a very young age. Well, she was still a child. Now, earlier, or actually I think it's in here, he takes her and shows her, you know, like his bunker, basically, where he's got all his weapons stored. And he tells her that he killed her mother. He was convinced that the mother was being controlled by the squids, unquote. And, you know, he's, whether that's true or not, I mean, we don't know. Considering the way the guy is, I'm guessing that that was delusion on his part, but we don't know. But he does eventually also become convinced that the squids are trying to control him too, which that comes later. It comes here. So he becomes convinced that the squids are trying to take control of him as well. And he wants to commit suicide, but he can't bring himself to do it, so he has Laura kill him and then tell everyone that it was suicide. Now, the whole story is really interesting, and I have to give King credit for creating a compelling backstory for this character. She's clearly been turned into, you know, something of a sociopath by her father, and she's been inculcated into her father's worldview that the squids are going to invade the world at any time, and there are people all around you that are controlled by the squids, and a lot of people in the government are controlled or are even colluding with them. So I think that explains why she was involved in the attempted assassination of a presidential candidate in the first issue, or at least it goes toward explaining it, maybe not fully. This issue gives an interesting look at how the arrival of the squid back in the original Watchmen series affected people. I think there have been suggestions that some people were driven insane by the creature's arrival because, you know, it killed people by releasing this psychic pulse, because the squid had psychic powers. It was cloned from the brain of a psychic or something like that. I don't remember exactly. And it's not hard to believe that some people would have their paranoia increased by the idea that there are a bunch of alien squids planning to take over the world. Never mind that the psychic pulse might leave them mentally unhinged, maybe more than before. And for them to believe then that the squids are coming to take over the world and the government may be plotting with them. Now, by the time she's an adult, Laura has bought into this worldview and believes the squid's influence is everywhere, and that really almost no one can really be trusted. However, we still don't really know if Rorschach contacted her or if she went looking for him. I'm guessing she went to him, considering how far out of the way in Wyoming she is. In a way, the story is really kind of sad, as this kid, from an early age is set on a path by her father that will end with her being killed. She really never had a chance to believe anything else. Still, the issue does feel somewhat padded, and it's yet another issue of Rorschach that has almost no Rorschach in it at all. So again, while this issue isn't bad in and of itself, I'm still giving this a thumbs down, because, if you're going to read the story, just wait for the trade is what I'm thinking. I don't know if I'll keep even reviewing this series going forward. Maybe that'll change at some point, but King is going to have to do something really impressive to make me change my mind about this series. Let me know what you think of this in the comments. Please hit the like if you would. Also, please subscribe to the channel and hit the bell for notifications, and I will see you all next time. Thanks for watching.